have the large population base. So since we have the variety of advantage of geographical advantage, so we have series of potential to export the variety of products and whatever. Since our population base is large, we are a tropical country, developing country, so we are in the progressing parameters, so we need so many things to import also. But there is imbalance in export and import in India. Though we have the insular location, we have the long coastline, we have the natural ports, we have the artificial ports, we have the continentality. India is a subcontinental country, so still our export and import, there is huge gap, a balance is there. So though we are trying to export, what are the modes of trade? Modes of trade. So it is maybe modes means routes. Routes basically sea routes. Sea routes, we have the ports. For this we have a series of the ports on the east coast as well as the west coast. So if you make it the port starting from, if I give you some port in Gujarat only, we have the Kandla port here. Kandla is connected by the road network. Kandla is also connected by the rail network to the rest of the country, and Kandla is having the pipeline. So we have the pipelines, we have the road, national highway, 8A, we have the railways. All are connected with the Kandla. Kandla is the tidal port to export the product and import the product. But when there is the low tide, so there is no water, ships are halted on the surface. When it is high tide, ships started floating. So there is the problem, limitations of this port. So we developed, this port was handling so many things to import and export. To export the food grain as well as to import the coal and the petroleum product. So it could not handle the burden. So to handle the petroleum product, we constructed another port here called Mundra. Mundra is the port here. We developed here. Mundra is SCZ also. So we developed, and it is basically for oil only. So importing the oil, and from Mundra we have a pipeline to Bhatinda. So Mundra Bhatinda pipeline to supply the petroleum product. So basically these are the two important ports. Apart from that, near Jamnagar there is a port called Salaya. Salaya is near Jamnagar. This is also to handle the oil. So we have the Salaya, Viramgam, Mathura pipeline. The same pipeline which comes to Salaya to Viramgam. Viramgam is very important terminal, and to Mathura, and Mathura to Delhi, and Delhi the same pipeline goes to Panipat oil refinery, and same pipeline goes to Jalandhar. So basically Salaya, Viramgam, so these pipelines are supplied. Apart from that, there is another important port in Bhavnagar called Alang. Alang is the world's largest ship breaking port to break the ships, and so we recycle the steel of the ship and we reuse the same steel. This is the largest ship breaking unit in the world. So we bring the ship from Russia, from US, from Norway, from Japan, and we break it and we sell it out again. So second largest ship breaking yard in the world is in Karachi, but this is the world's largest. Apart from that, in the Gulf of Cambay, there is a port called Dahej port. Dahej is basically for PNG. This is PNG gas. It is stored at -15 degrees Celsius temperature. So this is the only port in India having refrigeration facility for the chemical product. Apart from Dahej, we have another port here in the south of Dahej near Surat. It is called Hazira. So Hazira is HPJ. You must be knowing HPJ gas pipeline. This is basically to supply the naphtha to the various fertilizer, urea or the nitrogenous fertilizer plants. Hazira Bijaypur is in Guna in Madhya Pradesh, and Jagdishpur is in Sultanpur near Raebareli in Uttar Pradesh. So it is basically to supply. So these are the 6 important ports are there in Gujarat. Though they have the another port is basically fishing port called Veraval. Veraval is basically not the trade port but the fishing port. You can say Gujarat is having the longest coastline in the country, but in this Saurashtra or in this Kathiawar peninsula, we don't have the many ports. Otherwise, we have the small ports here, like Okha is the port here. Okha near Dwarka, you must be knowing. There is another port called Mithapur. Mithapur is a place. Mithapur is important nowadays because India is basically manufacturing nitrogenous and phosphatic fertilizer only. We are not manufacturing the potash fertilizer. So, but Tata Group of Industries, Tata Chemicals started manufacturing potash fertilizer on experiment basis. This is the only potash manufacturing plant in the country that is located at Mitha. So, Mithapur. So, Okha, Mithapur, Veraval, these are basically the fishing ports. Apart from that, there is another port called Porbandar is the another port. So, but these ports are not important for trade activities. For trade is 3 and 3. 6 trade ports are important for trade activities. Simultaneously, apart from Gujarat, if we move over to, we have the Mumbai. And just south of Mumbai, there is a port called Alibag. Alibag is another port. And south of Alibag, there is another port called Ratnagiri. And south of Ratnagiri in Sindhudurg district, there is a port called Malvan. Malvan port, and from here, because this area is iron ore producing area, iron ore. And this is basically to export the ore. Ore exporting unit is there from Ratnagiri, because in Malvan, in Sindhudurg, there is a mine called Redi ore mine. This is very important mine. From these mines we use to export. You have been to Goa, you saw all the rocks are reddish in color, they are full of laterite. And if little more ore content increase, they become hematite or the magnetite ore. So here we have the hematite and magnetite ore we use to export. So these are the ports. If we move to the south in Karnataka, in Karnataka we have some ports like, I'll mention some of the names, like in Goa, this is Marmagaon port. Marmagaon, you have seen the Marmagaon port when we were approaching to National Center for Oceanic and Antarctic Research. There was a port on the right hand side, so that was basically the Marmagaon port. And from Donapola you were glancing the port on the southern side, that was the same Marmagaon port. Just south of Marmagaon, another port is called Karwad port. Karwad is important, basically it is the naval base of the Western Naval. And Karwad is also important because this part of Karnataka is Kumaram, and there are the mines, iron ore mines. What's the name of the iron ore mines in this region? Bellary, Hospat and Bellary. Hospat and Bellary. From Hospat you must be knowing Reddy Brothers, it is connected by railway road network. Reddy Brothers, Janardhan Reddy and 2 Reddy Brothers, they were exporting the iron ore without the proper consent of the government of India from Hospat and Bellary through Karwad port, and they were exporting. So in 2013 they were banned, they were stopped to export the coal. Apart from Karwad, there are so many other ports, like I can say Mulki, Hanover, like Kundapur, Atkal, these names are not in proper order. Angola, they are Angola. Kundapur and Mangalore. And this order is not correct. The Mulki is here, this is sorry, I should rectify it. I should rectify it. Otherwise, it will give a wrong notion. Let me rectify. This is Hanover, Angola, Atkal, Kundapur, Mulki. There is another place called Udupi and the Mangalore. So these are the ports of all these are, but important ports are either the Karwad port or the Mangalore port. There are the districts, 3 districts of Karnataka. If I make the this is the basically Goa, and this is the water divide, and this is one of the districts. This is, so these are the 3. This is known as North Kannada district, North Kannada, or the South Kannada, CNAR, sometimes Kannada, CANA, and this is Kurg district. So basically these are the 3 wind facing districts. In these districts they have the port, but these ports are not properly developed. These 2, Kundapur and Atkal, they are basically for mangroves. So they are not good for, basically they are only for fishing activities. Prawn and the shrimp culture is there. Mangalore is the port. From here we export the ore, iron ore to Japan. Basically here we have the Kudremukh ore. You know Kudremukh? Kudremukh iron ore is there, and we from Kudremukh we transport it to Bangalore port and we export it. So this is the another state from where we used to export the ore. Apart from this, there is the Kerala state, and in Kerala it is you can say Kannur or you can say Kozhikode. When we have the Kochi, then we have the south of Kochi is, or you can say Trivandrum. These are the important ports. Because Kerala have, every city is having the port. Kerala have the backwaters, and these backwaters are known as the Kayals. Kayals means backwater. Backwater means, suppose this is the river, suppose this is the Kerala, suppose Idukki river, Periyar river is coming and it drains like this, and there is, it spread over in a wide, it make a wide lake, and it enter over here through a narrow gorge. So through a narrow entry. So this all is a backwater. So water entered from the sea to this area. This is the river basically. It moves this. So it looks back of the land. This water looks like the back of the land. So all enter Aleppi, and day before yesterday there was the fire in a temple in Kerala, Ponigal. What is the name of the temple? Ponjigal or Ponigal. It is somewhere here in the backwater only. In the backwater itself there is the it is the Kollam is the district. Kollam is the name of the district. Ponigal temple. It is the Ponigal temple. It is on the backwater basically. In Kollam and Aleppi are the low-lying district places. In the same, this is the area which is the lowest point. Putti-Gudi is the place of India which is the lowest point of minus 2.2 meter. Minus 2.2 meter from sea level. It's a low-lying area because of the backwater. Some area is low-lying over there. Putti-Gudi. Putti-Gudi is the K-U-T-I-G-U-D-I. It is the lowest point of the country. It is also located. So we have series of the ports. We have the backwater. Backwater provides natural conditions. Western Ghat, most of the ports are the natural ports. They provide safer halt for the ships to halt over there. On the eastern coast of India, we don't have the natural ports. So basically we have the Tuticorin in Kerala and Tamil Nadu, Tuticorin. Then we have the Nagapattinam Nagapattinam, and we have the Kochi, Chennai. All these are the artificial port. Artificially they are developed and artificially they are managed. They are prone to sea waves and the cyclones, and the powerful winds may disturb the coastal features. And in Andhra Pradesh, we have basically Nellore is the port. Nellore port was developed to export the mica. Mica from these regions, Kudur and Salem, Sangem. Kudur and Sangem are the mica mines are here. Kudur and Sangem. From here we used to export. Nellore port is very close to Sriharikota. That is the satellite launching pad is there. It is an island. Sriharikota is an island, almost 30 kilometers off from the sea land, from the Nellore. Then we have the port like Machilipatnam. Then another port on the mouth, this is on the Krishna river, and Machilipatnam is on Godavari river, and on Krishna it is Kakinada. Then we have the port like Gopalpur port in Odisha, then the Paradip port, and the Digha port, and the Kolkata is the riverine port. Kolkata is the riverine port. It's almost 300 kilometers from the coastal region. So this is one of the reasons we have the port facilities to export the product. Apart from that, we have the one is the route trade. One mode is the sea routes, ports, name of the ports. Number two, I can say all are connected with the national highways, plus expressways. They are connected with the expressways, express plus superways. Most of the ports are connected with the express and superways. We have the vast hinterland. One port which feed to the area, that area is called a hinterland. So that vast hinterland they have. So because that hinterland makes how the port would be. So Kandla is having the hinterland of entire North India. Kolkata is having the entire hinterland of East and the Northeast region. Even Nepal, all the products Nepal used to import or export, they export through the Kolkata port. So this is basically the second aspect. Third is they are connected, every port, all ports are connected with the railway network. This is the another advantage, and railway supply their product. We have the products, and with the railway we have the export processing zone. We have developed the export processing zone. Currently, initially we had the 7 export processing zone. One was, can you name the export processing zone? Number 1 was the Kandla. Number 2 was Santa Cruz, Mumbai. Number 3 was Noida in Delhi. Number 4 was Paradip. Number 5 was Falta. Number 6 was Vizag. And number 7 was Chennai. So these are the 7 export processing zones, just to single window clearance, and it is easy. So Noida is the dry port. So you know dry port? Dry port is the one where we may import from Noida itself. We have to pay the custom excise, everything in the Noida itself. Need not to go to the port itself. So custom department will open the product, check, process, collect the tax at the Noida itself. So it's the dry port. So we have developed so many dry ports also, just to promote the export conditions in the country. And the fourth important aspect of mode of transport trade is sea route, inland navigation. Apart from sea route, we have the inland navigation also. Inland navigation, we have the waterways, national waterways, 1, 2, 3, 4. We have the several waterways in Brahmaputra river, in Ganga river, from Kolkata to Varanasi. It is known as the National Waterway 1, Then we have the Brahmaputra river have the national waterway number 2. Kerala backwaters are declared as the national waterway number 3. So we have the different waterways. Apart from that, the fourth is the pipelines. Through the pipeline we export basically chemical and oil. Chemical, oil and gaseous, all petroleum products we supply, increase the export and import through pipelines. So we have series of pipelines. HBJ pipeline. Should I just show you the nature of pipeline in the country? It will help you to understand the nature of the trade in the oil products, how we supply the oil products. So important pipelines in the country are Hajira, Bijapur in Bijapur and Jagdishpur in UP. HPJ pipeline. This is basically for naphtha. Naphtha for urea fertilizer plants. We have the Salaya, Viramgam, Mathura pipeline. Mathura. Same pipeline comes to Delhi, then Panipat, and it goes to Jalandhar. So Salaya, Viramgam, basically we import from this. Every refinery has a fixed catalyst to refine the product. Fixed catalyst means they are the different bases of petroleum. Petroleum may be paraffin base, petroleum may be asphaltic base, petroleum may be naphthalene base. So there are the different bases of petroleum. So we construct every refinery on the basis of the nature of the petroleum. So we import this Mathura pipeline is, Mathura refinery is basically made for petroleum which we import from Iraq, basically from Basra. In South Iraq, the Basra oil fields, this is based on that. So we cannot use the petroleum of Saudi Arabia for this refinery. We have to change the nature of the refinery. So that's why it is one pipeline. So there are the three pipelines. Mathura refinery, then we have the Panipat refinery, then we supply it to Jalandhar. Jalandhar is basically two refineries. Then we have Delhi. Delhi receive petroleum. We have Mumbai. Mumbai we have the Hindustan Petroleum and Bharat Petroleum. Two refineries. One refinery is by Indian Oil, one is by Bharat. And we use the indigenous petroleum from Bombay High. We import from Bombay High, and we have the pipeline Mumbai Manmad. Manmad suna hai? You have been to Manmad while coming to Manmad to Indore. Manmad to Indore. Indore is a place here in Madhya Pradesh, and Indore to Delhi. So near Delhi there is a place called Bahadurgarh, and there is a terminal, oil terminal. That oil comes from Bombay to Manmad to Indore, Indore to Delhi. So this is the pipeline. Basically there are the two types of pipeline. One is for crude petroleum, one is for finished product. This pipeline is for finished product. This pipeline Salaya Viramgam is for crude, because there is the refinery, another refinery. We refine ourselves. So this is Salaya. And the third pipeline we have in the northeast. You know, there the oil field from Rudra Sagar, Nahar Katia, then the refinery Bugri Jan, Goka Jan, the oil field like Patharia, like Badarpur, Amburi, Nahar Katia. There are so many oil fields, because this oil field, this petroleum always found in sedimentary rocks, or either they are the limestone or the sandstone. Basically this bedrock is called Tipam sedimentary sandstone. Tipam sedimentary sandstone. And from this sandstone there is the oil field called Rudra Sagar. Rudra Sagar to there is a place called Numaligarh. Numaligarh to we have the Noon Mati. Noon Mati means Guwahati. Noon Mati refinery. Then Bongaigaon. Then it comes to Baroni. Baroni is in Bihar. So and further we connected Baroni to Mathura. Baroni से हमने मथुरा को भी connect कर दिया. So we can supply oil through this side. We can supply. But sometimes यहाँ से उल्फा और बोडो ने कई बार इस रेलवे इस पाइपलाइन को ब्रीच कर दिया था, ब्लास्ट कर दिया था. Then we have the Haldia is the refinery. Haldia is the port near in the West Bengal. Then we constructed a special pipeline from Baroni to Haldia. Now you can see from both these sides we have the supply of the oil products. Then we have the from Mundra we have the pipeline up to Mundra to Bhatinda. Mundra Bhatinda pipeline. See the network. We import from Mangalore to Mysore, Mysore to Bangalore, and there is a Chennai to Bangalore. This is Chennai, this is Bangalore, and this is Mangalore. So we have the connectivity. So we have the oil fields found in the coastal region in Kakinada and Machilipatnam region. So we have the pipeline up to Hyderabad, pipeline up to Visakhapatnam, Vizag. Vizag is the refinery, Vizag to Hyderabad, basically Secunderabad. Then another pipeline is Bombay to Pune. We have the pipeline. See the network of pipeline in the country. So they increase the trade of the region, country. So these are the important pipeline. So it is almost 1200 kilometer. Basically 1100 kilometer. This pipeline is basically for 1200 kilometer. This is for 1700 kilometer. These are the important pipelines. XPJ is 1700 kilometer, longest pipeline in the country. These pipelines, earlier all the petrochemical industries, refinery industries, fertilizer industries were located near the port based on the imported raw material. These pipelines developed the industrial pattern, changed the industrial pattern of the country. So industries also became able to develop the industries in the interior of the continent. So the continentality of the industries, the continental nature of industries are developed only after the development of these pipelines in the country. Now I wanted to give you another. All ports are connected by the national highways. The national highways I gave you. Every port is connected by the railway network. That detail you know. Now I wanted to give you a list of some of the important exports of the country. What are the major exports of the country? So you may write down major first you write major exports of the country. India is the country. Should I write here? Okay, you just write it down. Major exports. Our major exports are machine and metal products. Number 2 is gems and jewelry. We are not producing gems and jewelry or the precious stones. We import the raw stone and we process it. Surat is the land. Surat, Navsari, Valsad, Bhadoj, even Ahmedabad, that Gujarat, southern Gujarat is basically for gems and jewelry processing industries. We have designing, and after designing, processing, we send further export. That's why our price is very high.